The sun doesn't stop. It never asks how you feel, doesn't care if you're broken, tired, or full of regret. It rises, relentlessly. And the moon? It follows, patient and steady. The world doesn't pause for anyone. So why should you? Every day, the clock keeps ticking, the pages of your life turning, whether you're writing a masterpiece or letting the ink fade into nothingness. Another year slips by in the blink of an eye. And then what? You look up and realize you've wasted precious time. Doing what? Waiting? Doping? No, it's time to wake up. Time to face the truth. Mistakes are inevitable, but they're not the end. Life isn't about avoiding them, it's about what you do after. For 20 years, every single day was a grind. Every sunrise brought another chance to push harder, to study weaknesses and turn them into strengths. Maybe you weren't the fastest, the tallest, or the strongest. Maybe your vertical jump wasn't record-breaking. Maybe your hands weren't the size of giants. But greatness doesn't come from excuses. It comes from strategy, skill, and relentless effort. You master the angles, outthink the competition, and keep showing up, even when no one's watching. And here's the million-dollar question. If your life were a book, would anyone want to read it? What kind of story are you writing? Is it a tale of perseverance, resilience, and victory? Or is it one of what-ifs and untapped potential? When the final chapter closes, will the world remember it, or will it gather dust on a forgotten shelf? Here's the hard truth. Nobody cares if you're tired. Nobody's handing out sympathy for sleepless nights, family drama, or personal struggles. The only thing that matters is whether you show up and deliver. Winning isn't born under the spotlight. It's forged in the shadows. It's in the early mornings, the grueling workouts, the quiet sacrifices when no one else is around. So how bad do you want it? There are only two paths. You can keep climbing, no matter how steep the ascent, or you can stop, letting your dream crumble into nothing but regret. And trust this, regret is far heavier than failure. If you quit now, that dream, it's gone, dead. But if you keep going, every second, every ounce of effort brings you closer. This isn't just about reaching the top, it's about becoming the person who never stops trying. The sun will rise again tomorrow. The question is, will you rise with it? Life doesn't play fair. It doesn't ask how you're feeling, whether you're ready, or if you've had enough. The truth, nobody cares, not your teammates, not the crowd, not even the universe itself. At the end of the day, the only question is, did you show up? Did you deliver? Every day, life's standing there, ready to knock you down. It doesn't care if you're tired, broken, or overwhelmed. And yet, here's the catch. The only constant in your life, the one companion who's always there, is you. If no one's going to lift you up, you have to become your own hero. You have to wake up, face the chaos, and take control. Greatness doesn't come from balance. It comes from obsession. True, relentless, all-consuming obsession. For a while, it's okay to be unbalanced, to pour every ounce of yourself into your purpose. That's what it takes to pull off the extraordinary. Forget the noise about playing it safe or staying balanced. The best in the world didn't get there by living a normal life. They got there by chasing their vision like it was the only thing that mattered. But what's the point if you don't know why you're here? Too many people spend their lives wandering, going through the motions, never tapping into their purpose. That emptiness, it's your soul screaming for direction. The day you find your purpose, everything changes. Until then, you're just existing. Here's the deal, life will throw punches, hard ones, and you can't run from them. You can't curl up in a corner, hoping it'll stop. You take it head on. The great days, the terrible days, they all demand the same thing, written. You strap your boots on every morning, you pick yourself up, and you go to war again. Now, imagine playing a game on no sleep. 0. Imagine staying up all night because your kid was sick or life threw something heavy your way, and yet when morning came, you had to perform. No one knew. No one cared. Fans didn't care. Teammates didn't care. And guess what? They shouldn't. You're there to deliver, no excuses. That's the mindset of someone who's truly committed. It's why some people don't take vacations. Why they don't hang out just to hang out. They know that every moment spent away from their craft is a moment they'll never get back. They understand that greatness demands sacrifices most people aren't willing to make. So here's the real question. Are you willing to do what it takes? Are you ready to wake up every day and fight, no matter what's standing in your way? Because life isn't going to hand you anything. You have to take it. And when you finally achieve it, when you look back on everything you've overcome, you'll know it was worth every sleepless night, every sacrifice, every ounce of pain. Have you ever wondered what separates those who succeed from those who stay stuck? It's not talent, not luck, not even opportunity. It's the ability to embrace discomfort, to push through pain, and to keep going when every part of you screams to stop. There's a war happening inside your head every single day. Your brain, that restless storm of thoughts, wants to control you, pull you in every direction. It's relentless, whispering excuses, promising comfort, and urging you to take the easy way out. But here's the truth. If you can't control your mind, you've already lost. You have to decide where you're going, and more importantly, how you're getting there. Most people don't see the storm raging in your head. They don't see the sleepless nights, the aching body, the moments of doubt. They don't feel the weight you carry. But that's the cost of chasing something bigger than yourself. If you're not willing to pay it, there's always an easier option. Stay home, enjoy a hot breakfast, live comfortably, and settle. But if you've made the choice to show up, then no complaints, no shortcuts, just relentless, focused effort. When you wake up on a cold, wet morning, your body's screaming in protest and the world is still asleep. That's when the real battle begins. The weights don't care about your excuses. The miles will run themselves. The dream doesn't move closer unless you do. And here's the kicker. This is the dream. Those early mornings, the late nights, the pain, and the grind. That's what greatness is made of. The ones who rise to the top aren't running from discomfort. They embrace it. They live for the challenge. For them, every rep, every set, every ounce of effort isn't just a step forward. It's a moment of joy. Why? Because every weight lifted, every run completed, every extra hour worked brings them closer to their goal. Here's what most people don't understand. Everyone has the ability. The difference is that most refuse to get off the couch. They refuse to go deeper, to push harder, to fight for the extra inch. That's where the advantage lies, not in talent, but in a decision to keep moving forward when others stop. So ask yourself, when a day is over, can you look back and say you gave it everything? Because at the end of the road, you don't want to be the one saying, I wish I'd done more. You have 24 hours. Make every second count. The grind isn't just a step toward your dream, it is the dream. In a world where mediocrity has become the norm, the rarest strength lies in refusing to settle. Most people crumble at the first sign of hardship, but the few who rise, those are the ones who rewrite the rules of success. Greatness isn't achieved in moments of ease, it's carved out in the ugly, relentless grind. It's easy to be great these days because, let's face it, most people are too weak to even try. But for the ones who embrace the pain, who dive headfirst into the hard work, it becomes a game of elimination. The harder it gets, the fewer competitors remain. And for those who stick around, that's where the real magic happens. The secret: shift your mindset. Instead of thinking, this is hard, start telling yourself, no one else can handle this. Suddenly, the challenge becomes an advantage. On those days when everything in you screams to stay in bed, to quit, to rest, those are the moments that separate the good from the great. Because the great ones do what they don't want to do, even when they don't feel like it. What if you treated life like a video game? Every challenge, every setback, every grind, it's all a quest to level up. Imagine channeling the same focus, dedication, and obsession into your real-life goals. The results would be staggering, but here's the catch. You have to play like your life depends on it. The biggest obstacle isn't the world around you. It's you. It's the excuses, the distractions, and the fear of failure. Stop waiting for everything to align perfectly before you start living. The world doesn't stop because you need more time. The market doesn't wait for you to wake up. Success is moving forward while everyone else is stuck in pause. Here's the truth no one likes to hear. Suffering is non-negotiable. Every success story is built on sweat, tears, and sacrifices most people aren't willing to make. But if you commit, if you fight through every trial, every failure, every setback, you will emerge on the other side stronger, sharper, and more resilient. At the end of the day, the only person standing in your way is you. It's not the world, not your circumstances, not anyone else. You against yourself. That's the real battle. And when you start winning that fight, when you prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you ever imagined, everything changes. Failure isn't the enemy. It's part of the process. You will fail. You will embarrass yourself. You will fall short more times than you can count. But those moments, they're the foundation of every great achievement. Stop burning time waiting for the perfect moment. It's never going to look exactly the way you want. Show up, flaws and all. Take the hits, embrace the grind, and keep moving forward. Because in the end, it's not about how perfect your life looks. It's about how far you're willing to push yourself when no one else will. He stands there, watching the candle burn, bright, warm, yet fleeting. He knows every moment he waits to show up, the candle gets smaller. The lesson? Time doesn't stop, and neither should you. It's easier to criticize yourself than to be your own cheerleader, but maybe that's exactly where the change needs to begin. There's a quote he lives by: "The magic you're looking for is in the work you're avoiding." Think about that. Every time you shy away from effort, you're also walking away from transformation. Sure, fear lingers before every jump, but isn't that the point? Success is stepping into that fear and leaping anyway. When he wakes up, there's one voice he listens to, his own. Why? Because in 3 generations, both his critics and supporters will be forgotten. So he doesn't do it for them. He does it for himself. It's not about achieving perfection, but about living fully, knowing that life is fleeting. Fear of failure, of falling short, of procrastinating, it's universal. But the real tragedy, unfulfilled potential. Imagine looking back one day, realizing you could have been great, but chose the bubble of comfort instead. He challenges this mindset. Step out of your comfort zone, because staying inside is the surest path to failure. David Goggins often shares this haunting analogy. Imagine standing before God, seeing the list of who you could have been: Navy SEAL, motivational speaker, world record holder. Now imagine God looking at you and saying, "This was who you were supposed to be." That's his greatest fear, not living up to his potential, not even trying. Les Brown paints a chilling picture. On your deathbed, you're surrounded by ghosts. The ghosts of ideas you never acted on, talents you didn't use, and opportunities you ignored. They're angry, disappointed, and they whisper, "We came to you because you could have brought us to life. Now we have to go to the grave with you." The question he asked himself every day is this: how many ghosts will stand around my bed when my time comes? He spent years in solitude. No team, no cheering crowd, just himself in the darkness. And in that isolation, he built belief when there was none. Those moments of quiet reflection, rare in today's noisy world, allowed him to confront his truths and unearth his real potential. Life is a battlefield, and every day is a choice. Stay comfortable or embrace the grind. The superpower lies in being alone, facing your fears, and finding purpose in the struggle. Because in the end, the only person you're truly competing with is yourself. So ask yourself, will you wait for the candle to burn out, or will you show up while it still burns bright? Take the leap, face the fear, and make sure, when your time comes, the ghosts around your bed are few and far between. There comes a moment when a boy realizes no one's coming to save him, and that's when he becomes a man. But not everyone makes it. Some remain children forever, waiting for rescue that will never arrive. No one's coming to push you, to turn off the TV, to drag you out the door to exercise, or to write that business plan for you. It's up to you. Until you embrace that truth, your dreams will remain just that, dreams. "I never ran from anything," he says, "because I had no one to run to. When I went home, there was no one waiting to save me. It's always been on me to face my challenges, to deal with them myself." Before anyone else claps for you, you have to be the one to clap for yourself. It's often a lonely sound, a slow clap echoing in an empty room. But that's the path of the exceptional, one of isolation, where your journey separates you from others. As you ascend, those who once kept pace with you will fall behind. Their world ends where yours begins. The exceptional path demands greater endurance, greater suffering, and greater effort. You must extend yourself to the limit every day, with no guarantee of success. Every night, the question is the same: did I do enough? Your ability to endure and outwork must surpass those around you. Success isn't handed to you. It's earned brick by painful brick, as you climb walls that others won't. Every challenge is a towering wall. Getting over it is grueling, but once you're on the other side, you realize how many others will fall short. That's the gift of struggle. It separates the committed from the complacent. In the end, it's simple. No one's coming to save you. The sooner you accept that, the sooner you can become the person capable of saving yourself. It's not easy, but it's necessary. Root for yourself, endure the solitude, and keep climbing, because no one else will do it for you. Every storm ends. No matter how fierce or unrelenting it seems, it eventually passes. The key is to keep moving, step by step, so when the sky's cleared, you're ready for what's next. This isn't just a game, it's life. It's an obsession, a burning focus that outshines talent every time. Talent is fleeting, but obsession, that's what keeps you up at night, pushing past limits, dreaming of nothing else. Understand the difference. Risk is calculated, measured, and intentional. A gamble, that's blind chance. What you're doing here, what you're building, it's deliberate, it's purposeful. You're the master of your fate. This life, this path, it's yours. You're the captain, the foreman, the general of your own destiny. Don't let anyone take the wheel. Don't hand over control of your life to anyone or anything. You got to be in the moment, not trapped in the past, not lost in the future, but fully present in the here and now. If you're okay with being ordinary, then stop here. You don't need to listen any further. But if you want more, if you crave something extraordinary, then prepare to embrace the hard truth. Hard times create strong people. Strong people create easier times. But easy times, they breed weakness. And weak people bring back the storm. Failure isn't the end, it's the beginning. It's a stepping stone, proof that you're trying, learning, and growing. As someone said, to get something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done. Failure is a teacher. Thank it, embrace it, and use it to fuel your climb. Hardships shape you. They mold your character, your resolve, your grit. Every time you face a setback, remember, the only way to go is up. So keep going, keep fighting, and let the storm make you stronger. Winning isn't found in comfort zones, it lives at the edge where fear and failure reside. To win, you must embrace failure, take it farther than anyone else dares to go. That's the territory most avoid, but it's where champions are made. Imagine your final moments. Around your bed stand the ghosts of every unfulfilled potential, the dreams you didn't chase, the talents you left untapped, the ideas you abandoned. They're angry, disappointed, staring at you as they say, "We came to you to bring us to life, but now we'll go to the grave together." Now ask yourself, when your time comes, how many ghosts will surround you? I'm the best ever, the most brutal, most vicious, most ruthless. There's no one who can stop me. These words aren't just bravado, they're a testament to belief in oneself. Confidence so fierce it demands action. Style, defense, offense, it's all ferocious, relentless, unapologetic. That's the mindset of a champion. Big dreams demand big risks, and big risks mean failure, often and painfully. The secret isn't avoiding failure, it's mastering it. Learn to fail fast, recover faster, and get back in the fight. You don't have weeks to wallow or feel sorry for yourself. The next opportunity waits for no one. There is no tomorrow. Wait doesn't wait. Procrastination is defeat disguised as comfort. Success demands urgency. Today, now. The clock won't stop, and neither should you. Failure isn't the enemy. It's a rite of passage. It's the forge where greatness is crafted. The storm, the pain, the hard days, they're all shaping you. Stay relentless, stay ferocious, and leave no ghosts behind. When the end comes, let it find you empty, fulfilled, and victorious. In the still bone-chilling darkness, the mud seemed to swallow the will of each man whole, leaving only their heads visible above the cold, suffocating depths. The instructors made a cruel offer. Only 5 men needed to quit, and they could leave. But as the hours dragged on, with the bitter cold gnawing at every limb, something unexpected happened. In the midst of the cold, a single voice broke the silence. It was quiet at first, but it quickly grew. One voice became 2, then 3, and before long, the entire class was singing together. Even as the instructors threatened more time than known for their defiance, the song persisted. And in that moment, the mud didn't feel quite as cold. The wind didn't bite quite as harshly, and the dawn seemed a little closer. It was the power of hope, the reminder that in the darkest of moments, a single spark can ignite the strength to carry on. Success doesn't come overnight, it's a relentless grind. The work feels endless, the results invisible, and the progress slow. Every day it's a little better, but no one sees the struggle. They only see the moment when you break through, when success seemingly appears out of nowhere. The truth, however, is that it's painful, exhausting, and mind-numbing. Creating something meaningful often means working in silence, grinding alone when no one believes in you. The game isn't just something you play, it's something you live, obsess over, sacrifice for. And there are thousands of others waiting just like you, hungry for that success. But to reach it, you need to push when no one else will, to rise when the world tells you to stay down. In this game, obsession will always outshine talent. You can have all the talent in the world, but without that burning obsession, you'll fall short. When you step onto that court, you need to believe, without a doubt, that you're the best guy out there. The hardest part of life is figuring out who you are and what you want to do with it. But once you know that, everything falls into place. Every morning, you wake up with purpose, you work towards it, And when that happens, failure becomes impossible. The real challenge is pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. If you stay in your bubble, you'll never grow. Success doesn't reside in comfort, it thrives in discomfort and effort. Staying comfortable is the easiest path to failure. And when everything feels like it's falling apart, when your house is repossessed, when it feels like you've lost again and again, you still look at your dream. You review it every single day and tell yourself, it's not over until I win. The heaviest things in life aren't made of iron or gold. They're unmade decisions. The stress you feel often comes from the pressure of making decisions you've been avoiding. But here's the thing, embrace the process. If you're always doing what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always gotten. Life requires a shift, so take that step. Believe in your potential, because you can do anything you set your mind to. Get the lessons, improve, chase the job you want, and even get rich if that's your goal. But above all, remember this, you are the creator of your own future. The process will shape you into someone you can be proud of, so just chill and keep going. The journey is just as important as the destination. Imagine waking up one day and realizing that your entire life is a test. Every decision, every challenge, every question asked of you, it's all part of this grand test called life. So what if you knew, beyond the shadow of a doubt, that you could never fail? What's the one thing you would set as your goal? Would you chase your dreams? Would you do something bold or life-changing? Or maybe, if you only had 6 months left to live, what would you stop doing? Who would you spend your time with? What would truly matter to you? Life's short, just 75 years if you're lucky. Think about that for a second. 75 winters, 75 summers, 75 autumns. Time moves fast, and if we don't stop to think about what's important, we end up wasting it on things that don't matter. The distractions, the rat race, they're just fleeting. What really counts is how we spend our time right now in this 30-second. But here's the kicker, life's not about giving the right answer to every question. It's not about perfection. It's about doing what you feel, doing what feels right. If you're always trying to please everyone or always aiming for the right answer, you'll never truly be free. My mama used to say, trying is failing. There's no if, could, or should in life. It just is. So make those tough decisions, those unpopular choices. Own it with your head high, your chest out. Be that person who doesn't let anyone control you, especially not your own insecurities. You must become comfortable in your own skin. If you can't be with yourself, how can anyone else? That's the most important relationship you'll ever have, the one with yourself. Now imagine you have the power to create a human being. What would you put them through to make them strong? Would you shield them from life's hardships? Or would you push them to their limits, knowing that resilience is forged in struggle? Life isn't easy, but it's through those challenges that we discover our true strength. It's in those hard moments where we truly grow. In life, patience isn't something that comes easily, and it's certainly not something that's handed to you immediately. If we could shape someone's character, we'd probably start by holding back the instant gratification, making them earn the rewards through persistence and effort. We all want certain traits: patience, perseverance, success. But each of these qualities comes at a price. The currency: time. Every moment, every second of your life is like a transaction, and what you're paying for those traits is your time, your experiences, and the challenges you face. The question is, are you willing to pay that price? When you look back on your life, say when you're 80 years old, what will you want to see? Will you want to have achieved things that came easy, or will you want to look back and say, I earned every bit of it? For me, embracing this perspective gives me comfort in tough times. It reminds me that I'm trading these moments now for something far more valuable in the future. And when it comes to your dreams, your goals, whatever it is you want to pursue, you can't just go through the motions. You have to love it. It has to be an obsession. Without that fire, without that passion, what's the point? There are 1,000 people out there who want the same thing, who are just as talented. But obsession, that's the game changer. Talent alone won't get you there. Obsession drives you to think differently, to push harder, to outwork everyone else. It's not just about competing against others, it's about competing against yourself. When you're on that field in that moment, the only thing that matters is believing that you're the best, that no one can outwork you, outthink you, or outlast you. You have to get a little obsessed with your craft, so consumed by it that nothing else even registers. The world can talk about football, rugby, and all the distractions, but you're knee-deep in your numbers, in your strategy, in your craft, because that's what it takes to truly stand out. Nothing else matters. longer alive. The world around you, the buildings, the technology, the systems, everything was once just an idea in someone's mind. And those people weren't any different from you. They were just individuals who decided to push past their fears, ignore the doubts, and take action. So why not you? Why can't you be the one who turns dreams into reality? Why can't you be the one who breaks through the limitations society places on us? You have the brains, the potential, the ability to make decisions and study the path ahead. You have the power to change your life. You can grow beyond where you are today, and you can make the impossible possible. But so many people fall short because they are afraid of failure, of the obstacles, of the judgment. They live in constant fear of being deceived or let down, and that fear holds them back. But those who push past it, who take risks and put in the work, see success not just for themselves but as an inspiration for others. Your dreams are within reach, but you have to be willing to go after them. You have to keep pushing, keep working, and know that setbacks don't define you. They teach you. Failures aren't roadblocks. They're stepping stones toward your greatest achievements. So stop letting the fear of failing or the pressure of what others think stop you. Use it as fuel. Push through the limits. The world is waiting for you to show up and show them what you're capable of. Why not you? For the work you put in, not just for the talent or the lucky breaks, but for the sweat, the grind, the relentless pursuit of your dream. And the reality is the journey won't be easy. You're going to be misunderstood. People are going to call you crazy. They're going to say you're obsessed or that you're wasting your time. They might even try to make you doubt yourself, but here's the truth. It's only delusional until it works. The same people who doubt you will be the first to praise you when they see your success. You see, success doesn't come easy. It doesn't come from being comfortable. It comes from 4 a.m. mornings, from pushing your limits, from getting knocked down and standing up again, stronger each time. It's about working harder than anyone else, refusing to accept mediocrity, and always pushing forward. Rest at the end, not in the middle. Don't let anything stop you from reaching your goals, not the setbacks, not the doubters, not the fear of failure. And when you do get there, remember this. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Success is about more than just talent. It's about the determination to keep going when no one believes in you, to push yourself even when the odds are stacked against you. So ask yourself, when you look in the mirror every day, do you want to see someone who took the easy road or someone who gave it their all, who fought, failed, and rose up again to finally achieve their dreams? The choice is yours. So what are you going to do about it?